sessions will be recorded. And I will share the recorded sessions to Encik Fahmi or Puan Hayati to forward to all of you. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do today is I go through a brief introduction to what Turnitin is, and then we go to the hands-on training, okay, a step-by-step training. Okay, and then I will show you the live demo, okay, our sample account, sample paper, sample submissions, how to interpret the Turnitin report, and so on. So if you have any questions throughout the session, you can stop me at any time, and I'll be happy to answer all your questions. Or feel free to drop your questions on the chat window. Okay. All right, so a little bit about Turnitin. Turnitin is an educational tool that allows educators to check for the authenticity of students' work. Okay, Turnitin helps you as lecturers to engage with your students to learn how to write a better paper and become a better writers, to promote critical thinking. And the most important thing is to ensure academic integrity. Okay, it was started on 1996 by the company called Turnitin LLC. Okay, this is US-based software, and the founder is Dr. John Berry. Okay, Turnitin is completely web-based. It works exactly just like your Facebook account. For example, in Facebook, you'll be using your personal email and password to log in. But for Turnitin, you'll be using your official email and password to log in. Okay, same thing, no CD, no software. You don't have to install anything. Okay. Turnitin consists of two tools, okay, the originality check and the grade mark. Okay, for the originality check, previously it was known as plagiarism prevention software, but as a part of Turnitin rebranding strategy, they renamed as originality check. Okay, the main reason is because of the wrong perception towards Turnitin. Okay, because last time, whenever we talk about Turnitin, people will think Turnitin detect plagiarism. Turnitin catch students cheating. In fact, this is not true. Okay, what Turnitin does is to match your students' papers against the collection of Turnitin databases. So you as a lecturer, you have to use your own judgment to judge results given by Turnitin, whether there is plagiarism or not. Okay, Turnitin is only tool to guide you, and the most important thing to save your time in detecting where your students copy from. Okay, please remember Turnitin doesn't detect any plagiarism. Okay, and then the second one is grade mark. Okay, grade mark is for online marking. So instead of using red pen to mark on hard copy, by using Turnitin, you can mark online, you can put comments, you can even put voice comment to the students' paper. Okay. Okay, this is what Turnitin will do. Except student papers, everything has to be in e-format. Okay, for example, Microsoft Word, PDF, HTML, plain text. Okay, as long as it is text documents. So students have to have their own Turnitin account as a student, and students have to submit their paper by themselves. Okay, so when the paper is submitted to Turnitin, it will be matched against 3 types of databases, and then Turnitin will check and produces what we call the originality report. Okay, so from the originality report, instructor and students can see the similarity index, okay, the percentage of the matching. Okay. And this is a brief idea how it works. Okay, students' paper or even your personal paper, okay, when submitted to Turnitin, it will be matched against billions and billions of contents. Okay, 3 types of databases, and then Turnitin will give you the report. Okay, so this is the reports will looks like. Okay, on the left will be the student assignments. Okay, students' paper text. And then on the right are all the matching sources. Okay, so box number 1, it comes from the source number 1 and website number 1. Okay, box number 2, source number 2 and website number 2. Okay, so you can see at the box number 1 here, the whole box is highlighted into red color, but the words just a short time period in gray color. That will be the student's original words. Okay, so when I click at the box itself, then it will show up a side-by-side comparison. Okay, as you can see from the original websites, in the space of a few minutes, but somehow these students actually change it into just a short time period. So this is how Turnitin will do the detection. Okay, I was a student before. So as a student, we attend to paraphrase, change the wording sequences, okay, replace the word here and that. It still can be highlighted. Okay, in order for students to escape any detection from Turnitin, they have to change as much as 50% of the total words. Okay, for example, in a paragraph of 100 words, they might have to change 50 to 60 words in order for them to escape any potential detection from Turnitin. Okay, right. And then each paper will have a very unique paper ID, the author name, the date of submissions, and the word count as well. Okay, and then you can see here 94% overall similarity index. Okay, it doesn't mean that 94% plagiarism. Okay, it's 94% similar to the collection of Turnitin databases. So you as a lecturer, you have to use their own judgment to judge whether all the highlighted contents are plagiarism or not. Okay, if no plagiarism, if students not plagiarize, you as a lecturer, you can exclude the sources so that we brings down the percentage. Okay, and then instructor, students can download and print the whole report. Okay. All right, so whatever that you are looking at now, we call as text-only report. Okay, so in the student assignments, they might have pictures, diagrams, graph, everything will be taken out automatically because Turnitin only scan through all the text. Okay, this is the first initial report from Turnitin. But now Turnitin came out with a new interface, what we call the feedback studio. Okay, so on the feedback studio, they are showing you the original format of students' paper. Okay, if they have any pictures, diagrams, graph, everything will be shown at the original place. Okay, same thing, student assignment on the left. Okay, and then on the right, you can see different tabs with different colors. Okay, so the blue tabs is for Turnitin online marking, Turnitin grade mark, and the red tabs is for Turnitin originality check. Okay, again, instructor, students can download and print the whole report. Okay. All right. Three types of databases. The first one is a current and archive internet copy. Currently, Turnitin has 80 billion pages index, and the good thing is it's still counting. So every day, Turnitin will index a new web pages into the database. Okay, so if you find out that your students like to copy from any particular websites, you can let us know. Okay, we will ask Turnitin to index into the database for free. Okay, and then the archive copy, I'm sure without Turnitin, some of the lecturers must be using Google to check their students' paper. Okay, according to Google technology, they are showing you the information that hits internet 5 minutes ago. Okay, assume that your students do the assignment now and maybe they submit 3 months or 6 months later. The information might not be in Google anymore. But for Turnitin, they will archive everything. Okay, even your students submit 3 years or 5 years later, it still can be highlighted. Okay, so this is to prevent the copy and paste culture among the students. Okay, and then the second one, students' papers submitted to Turnitin since 1996. So whatever you as a lecturer or your students submit, everything will go to the Turnitin database for future matching. Okay, and then the third one, make Turnitin very special, millions of publishers content. Okay, all the journal articles. Okay, the cross-check is the latest partnership that Turnitin has the largest scholarly comparison databases, okay, from STM publishers, for example, Elsevier, IEEE, Sage, Springer, Taylor and Francis, Wiley. Okay, Turnitin also has the content partners with the leading aggregators. Okay, for example, Cengage, EBSCOhost, Emerald, Pearson, ProQuest. So these are the list of publishers and aggregators that Turnitin has all their content in the database. Okay, the online content. Okay. All right, so in order for you to use Turnitin, there are 4 easy steps, very simple. The first one, okay, one-time process only. Of course, you have to create your own user profile first, okay, as instructor. Okay, so once you got your own user profile, the role of lecturer will be create class and create assignment. Okay, so once you have created the class and created an assignment, you have to provide your students with the details, the class ID and enrollment key. That's it. Okay, so that your students can actually enroll under your class and start submit paper. Okay, the role of lecturer will be create class and create assignment. The role of students to submit paper. Okay, but in order for students to submit paper, they have to enroll under your class. Okay, so in order for them to enroll under your class, they will need the class ID and enrollment key. Okay, I will cover all the steps during the hands-on training. Okay. Okay, these are the list of our clients in Malaysia. When we start on 2007, we only have 6 customers. Okay, the first 2 is Sunway and Monash University. Okay, they have to use Turnitin because of the training program from UK. Okay, and then the other 4, the international school. Okay, the Dalat, Mont Kiara, Kuala Lumpur, and International School of Penang. So when my colleague visited them and asked them why they need Turnitin for kids, okay, 7, 8, or even 9 years old. Yes, so they told that the main intention of them use Turnitin is not to catch the students, but to groom the students from young. Okay, to educate the students from young. So when the students grow up to the university level, they will know what to do. They will know how to write a paper instead just copy and paste blindly. Okay, that's the main objective. Okay, and you can use Turnitin from anywhere, anytime around the world, including through your smartphone and your tablet as well, as long as you have connection to the internet. And Turnitin does support 30 foreign languages, including Bahasa, Mandarin, Arabic. Okay, so if you have any paper in Bahasa, you can try to submit. I'm sure there will be a dictation. Okay. All right. Okay. This is a link for the guides and resources. Okay, all the online guides and resources for the Turnitin administrator, instructor, and students. Okay, I will share this link to Encik Fahmi or Puan Hayati to forward to all of you. Okay. And this is a link for the videos. Okay, all the tutorial videos. Okay, tutorial videos for Turnitin administrator, instructor, and students. Okay, I will share this link to Encik Fahmi or Puan Hayati to forward to all of you. Okay, right. Any questions up until now? Ada soalan?
Encik Mazlan,
Ya.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Kalau kita dah daftar Turnitin tapi dah lama tak buka.
Okay.
Rasanya dah terlupa dah kot dia punya password.
Okay.
Memanglah kena rujuk kepada library saya faham. Cuma nanti bila dah hands on boleh siapa-siapa tolong kami tak yang dah lama tak buka.
Okay, okay. Boleh.
Okey, terima kasih.
Okay, any other questions, ladies, gentlemen? Okay, if no questions, we go to the hands-on sessions. Okay, this is a training guide for instructors. Okay, there are 4 easy steps, very simple, very straightforward. Okay, so this is what we are going to cover today. Okay, so now we go to the internet browser and then you go to www.turnitin.com. Okay, so this is Turnitin websites. Okay, we are going to do a step-by-step training. Okay, all right. So for those of you who already have Turnitin account as instructor under UMK, okay, so what you can do, you just click on login button here on the top right. Okay, you click on login button and then you just enter your email address that registered for Turnitin account under UMK, password, and then you click login. Okay, so for those of you who already have Turnitin account but you cannot log in or maybe you forgot your password, okay, you're unable to log in. So what you can do, you can reset your password. Okay, so how to reset the password? You just scroll down and then you can see forgot your password. You just click here link. Okay, you click here link and then it brings you to the reset user password page. Okay, so and then you just enter your email address that is associated with Turnitin account under UMK. Okay, and your last name. Okay, your email address and your last name, and then you click next. Okay, and then you have to answer the secret question. Okay, so if you forgot your answer for the secret question, you just click on forgot your answer link here. Then the system will send a link to your email to reset your password. Okay, if you can answer your secret question here, you can straight away set the new password for your Turnitin login. Okay, so if you cannot log into your account, okay, you remember you already have account but you cannot log in, maybe you forgotten the password, you just reset the password. Okay, all right, so for new users, okay, of Turnitin, for those lecturer who don't have Turnitin account as instructor under UMK, okay, maybe you're a new lecturer, you just joined UMK, you don't have Turnitin account as instructor. So what you can do, you can get your Turnitin account from the Turnitin admin. Okay, so the Turnitin admin will be Encik Fahmi from library. Okay, so what you can do, you have to provide your details, your first name, your last name, and UMK email address. Okay, so you provide your details, first name, last name, and email address to Encik Fahmi. Then Encik Fahmi will add you to the account as instructor under UMK. Okay, so once he added you to the account, you will receive the welcome email from Turnitin. Then you just follow the step number 1 here, which is to setting up new account. Okay, so you just follow the step to set up your Turnitin account as instructor. Okay, so once you got your Turnitin account, you don't bother the first step anymore. Okay, once you already have Turnitin account as instructor, you don't have to create account anymore. Okay, this is just one-time process only. Okay, if you cannot log in, if you forgotten your password, just reset your password. Okay. All right. So, but for today's sessions, I believe most of you already have Turnitin account under UMK, okay, as instructor. So we just keep the step number 1, which is to setting up new account. Okay. So you just go to the Turnitin website, click login, enter your email address and password, and then you click login. Okay, so once you log in, this page you will see. Okay, so you can see the institution name will be here. Okay, University Malaysia Kelantan. Okay, and then at the top here you can see the black bar. So you can see your name will be appear here. Okay, and then here instructor. So this is instructor account. Okay, so instructor can become student and student can become instructor. Okay, as a lecturer, please do not share your instructor account to your student. Okay, please do not share the instructor access to the students. Okay, if your students got an instructor account, instructor access, they can manipulate their paper by themselves. Okay, so as a lecturer, you will have Turnitin account as instructor and students will have Turnitin account as a student. Okay, I will share the students part later on. Okay. All right. Any questions for the account login? Ada soalan? Okay, if no questions, okay, we go to the step number 2 here, okay, which is to create class. Okay, so as you can see in my account here, no classes have been added to this account. Okay, to add your first class, you either click here link or you click on add class button. Okay, so the creation of a class on Turnitin system is the first step in allowing you as instructor and students to access and use the services available at UMK. Okay, so most instructor and student activity on Turnitin occurs within the class or classes created by you as instructor. Okay, so you use the class to organize your students and student submissions into groups. Okay, so a class and its assignments are fully available to the instructor between the date of the class creation and the selected expiration date. Okay, so from your instructor homepage here, okay, it's either you click here link or you click on add class button. Okay, you click on add class button. Okay, and then you can see create a new class settings. Okay, the first one, class type. When you click on the drop down menu here, you can see two types of classes. Okay, standard class and master class. Okay, master class, it doesn't mean that for your postgraduate students. Okay, master class bukan untuk master student. Master class is not for PhD student. Okay, you only need to use master class when you have a group of tutor under you. If you have teaching assistant, okay, and then at the same time, you want to have the full access to each of your tutor or teaching assistant classes. Okay, for normal submission, we use standard class. So for standard class, you will log into your own account and you will have access to your students only. Okay, you won't have access to any other people classes. Okay, right. And then next, the class name. Okay, that will be your subject name or subject code. Okay, for example, I put here MGM 3211. Okay, marketing management. Okay, so the class name can be anything. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, you can put your subject name or subject code, or maybe you can put semester, you can put year. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, it's up to you. And then next, enrollment key. Okay, enrollment key is the key that you have to provide to your students in order for students to enroll under your class and start submit paper. Okay, for example, maybe you can put the subject code as enrollment key, MGM 3211. Okay, or you can put something simple like password, ABC123. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, so this key you have to provide to your students, okay, in order for students to enroll under your class. Okay, and then next, subject area and student level. Okay, so it's mandatory for you to key in your subject area and the students level. Okay, it's mandatory to key in the subject area and the student level. Okay, but it doesn't affect your classes or your assignments. Okay, so this is just for turning in record purpose. Okay, the subject area and the student level, okay, it's mandatory for you to key in, compulsory for you to key in. Okay, but for turning in record purpose only. Okay, it doesn't affect your classes or affect your assignment. Okay, right. And then next, the class end date. Okay, so you can select the end date for the class. Okay, the class period. Okay, by default, the setting is 6 months. Okay, by default, the class period is 6 months. Okay, so if your class longer or shorter than 6 months, you can change accordingly. Okay, so you can select the end date for the class. Okay, so once the end date has passed, the class will not be accessible for submissions unless the class is reactivated. Okay, so once a class has expired, the information and assignments in the class are viewable, but no new submissions or assignments may be made. Okay, so you as instructor, you are capable of extending the expired class to reactivate it. Okay, and then you can select the end date for the class and you can click submit to add the class. Okay, so the class information will be displayed in a pop-up window, okay, containing the class ID and enrollment key for confirmation. So every time when you create a new class, this window will pop up. Okay, they will tell you that you have just created the new class. Okay, for example, I created MGM 3211 Marketing Management SEM 2 2022. Okay, with the class ID and enrollment key. Okay, enrollment key is the key that you have set just now in your class settings. Okay, and the class ID is automatically generated from Turnitin system. So each of you will have a different class ID. Okay, so you can create multiple classes and you will have different class ID. Okay, for each of your classes. Okay, so you have to provide this information to your students. Okay, the class ID and enrollment key in order for students to enroll, register, and start submit paper. Okay, without any of these, students cannot register, students cannot enroll under your class, then students cannot submit paper to turn it in. Okay, so you should not share your class ID and enrollment key publicly outside of UMK. Okay, because with the class ID and enrollment key, anyone at any institutions will be able to join your class. Okay, so for the class creation, we recommend creating new classes each year, ensuring that inactive students from previous years are not counted against the student limit, or causing an increasing build-up of students, which can impact the class performance. Okay, so meaning that for the class creation, new classes should be created, for example, each semester, or you created each school year when a new group of students is in a course. Okay, and then you can click continue. Okay, so I just created the class MGM 3211 Marketing Management SEM 2 2022. Okay, with the class ID to the left of my class name. Okay, if you forgotten your class ID, you can always refer to the left of your class name. So this is your class ID. Okay, you have to provide to your students. Okay, if you forgotten your enrollment key, or you would like to change your class end date, okay, for example, this class has expired, you would like to reactivate the class. So what you can do, you can click on edit button here. Okay, the gear icon here, you click on edit button. So it brings you to the earlier page. Okay, so you can see your enrollment key is here, or you can change your class end date. Okay, and then you can click submit. So you as instructor, you can create as many classes as you want. Okay, you can create as many classes as you want. Okay, any questions for the creation of the class? Ada soalan? Okay. If no questions, we just completed step number 2, which is to create class. Okay, so now we go to the step number 3, which is to create assignment. Okay, so in order for you to create assignment, you have to click on your class name. Okay, for example, I would like to create an assignment in this class marketing management. Okay, so you click on your class name. Okay, so before you or your students can submit a paper, you first need to create an assignment. Okay, at least, okay, create one assignment. Okay, so what you can do, you click on add assignment button. Okay, and then you can see new assignment page. Okay, on the left, the first one, assignment title. So you can put assignment title. Okay, for example, like chapter 1, this is a research paper. Okay, if you have the name for the assignment title, you can put it here. Okay, the assignment title. Okay, and then next, the point value. Okay, it's optional. You can leave it blank. Okay, point value is meant for grade mark. Okay, for turning in online marking. Okay, for example, this assignment 1 carry 20 marks. Okay, so you can put the point value 20 without the percentage. Okay, or this assignment might carry 50 marks or 100 marks. So you can put a point value 50 or 100 without the percentage. Okay, this is meant for grade mark, but it's optional. You can leave it blank if you did not use the grade mark. Okay, and then next, allow only file types that Turnitin can check for similarity, or allow any file type. Okay, so the best for you to choose the first one, okay, because we use Turnitin to check for the similarity. Okay, if you choose the second one, if your students manipulate the submissions, you cannot trace. Okay, right, and then next, submit papers to. When you click on the drop down menu here, you can see two options: standard paper repository and no repository. Okay, for standard paper repository, whatever you as lecturer or your students submit paper to Turnitin, okay, Turnitin will check for the similarity index, how many percent, and Turnitin will keep the paper into the database for future matching. Okay. Second option, no repository. Whatever you or your students submit paper to Turnitin will check the similarity index. Okay, how many percent? But Turnitin won't keep the paper into the database. Okay. So in future, if someone take the paper and submit to Turnitin, consider original paper, original author. Okay. So normally for student submissions, we always recommend to the lecturers to choose standard paper repository because most of the time, students like to copy from their seniors. Okay. Junior copy senior paper, or students copy students paper from another institution, or students copy each other in the class. So this is where you can trace the students paper matching. Okay. And then as a lecturer, I believe you have your own paper, you have your own articles to publish. Okay, you have your own articles to send to the publisher. Okay, so you can check, you can use Turnitin to check your own paper, your own articles. Okay, so what you can do, how to check? So you can use the quick submit tab. The quick submit tab. Okay, from the quick submit, you don't have to create class, you don't have to create assignment. You can straight away submit your own articles. Okay, you use the quick submit tab. Okay, so in the setting, on the quick submit tab, submit purpose, so you choose no repository. Okay, you choose no repository, and then you can check your own paper, your own articles as many times as you want before you submit to the publisher. Okay, please bear in mind, most of the publishers are using another tool called iTanticket. Okay, the sister company of Turnitin. Okay, so Turnitin and iTanticket, they are sharing the same database. So publishers will check your paper, your articles through iTanticket, okay, to check for the similarity. Okay, right. Any questions on this part? Ada soalan?
Maaf ya, Cik Maslan.
Ya.
Apa ni, uh, biar saya cuba nak fahamkan semula. Apa ni, kalau standard paper repository ni untuk student dan no repository ni untuk diri kita sendiri, macam tu
Okay, lebih kurang macam itulah. Cuma standard paper ni, bila kita pilih standard paper, bila kita submit ataupun student submit, Turnitin akan capture submission tu untuk future matching. Kalau no repository, apa yang instructor ataupun student submit, Turnitin tak akan capture dalam database, Turnitin hanya akan check untuk similarity index sahaja.
Similarity index tu maksudnya dia tidak akan compare dengan kerja-kerja student kita ke macam mana?
Dia still compare, tapi dia tak akan simpan submission tu dalam pengkalan data.
Oh, itu no repository tu.
No repository. So maksudnya, sebab tu untuk student submission, kita cadangkan untuk instructor pilih standard paper. Sebab kalau junior students copy senior punya paper, kita boleh trace.
Okay, baru faham. Okay. Terima kasih banyak.
Okay, sama. Okay, lagi soalan? Any other question? Okay, if no question, and then on the right, okay, start date and due date. Okay, by default, okay, the assignment period, okay, by default the setting is 1 week. Okay, basically 7 days. So if your assignment period longer or shorter than 1 week, you can change accordingly. Okay, by default the setting is 1 week. Okay, if your assignment period longer or shorter than 1 week, you can change accordingly. Okay. And this will be the time based on the local time. Okay. Right. And then next, the post date. Okay. Post date is meant for grade mark, for Turnitin online marking. Post date is the date for you to post the marks for students to view if you are using the Turnitin grade mark. Okay. For example, Maybe you take 2 weeks or a month to mark your students' paper. Okay. And then you're using Turnitin grade mark to mark your students' paper. So you can extend the post date another 2 weeks or a month from the due date of assignment. Okay. So when your students submit the paper to Turnitin, and then once the assignment is due, you can start marking the students' paper. Okay, you give the comments, give the marks to the students' paper. So on the post date, your students will be able to see all the comments and marks given to the students' paper. Okay. All right. Don't click submit first. You click on optional settings. Okay, this will be your assignment settings. Okay, and this is very important. Okay, the first one, enter special instruction. Okay, you can leave it blank if you don't have any instruction. Okay, if you have, for example, please write between 100 to 200 words. Please submit before due date. Okay, you can put it here. Okay, if you don't have any instruction, you can leave it blank. Okay, right. And then next, allow submissions after the due date. Okay, by default, the setting is no. Okay, if you choose no, after the due date of assignments, students cannot submit any paper to Turnitin. Okay, if you choose yes, after the due date of assignment, students still can submit paper to Turnitin, but Turnitin will highlight the date with the red color. Okay. Right, and then next, similarity report, generate similarity reports for submissions. By default, the setting is yes. If you choose no, once you or your students submit the paper to Turnitin, no report will be generated. So no point of using Turnitin without the report. Okay. Right, next, generate similarity reports for student submission. Okay, when you click on the drop down menu here, you can see 3 options. Okay, the first one, immediately, first report is final. Okay, so if you choose this option, meaning that your students can submit paper one time only. Okay, students boleh submit sekali sahaja. Okay, students cannot redo and students cannot resubmit. Okay, and then the paper that your students submit to Turnitin will be straight away captured into the database, which is on due date. Okay, second option, immediately can override reports until due date. Okay, so before the due date of assignment, students can submit as many paper as possible. Okay, for example, they submit the first paper. Students got 50% similarity index. And then students would like to redo and resubmit again, okay, to reduce the percentage. Or you as instructor, you can monitor your students' report from your account. Okay, so you can log into the instructor account and then you can monitor the students' report, and then you can see, oh, these students got 50% similarity index. And then you can engage with your students. Okay, you can call your students and you can guide your students. Hello students, please see your Turnitin report. The similarity index is quite high. Please redo, rephrase, do something or whatsoever. Okay, so your students can actually redo and resubmit again. So the second submissions will override the first submission. Okay, the latest paper that your students submit to Turnitin will override with the previous submission. Okay, only the final copy of submissions will be captured into the database, which is on due date. Okay, so before the due date of assignment, okay, all the paper, all the submissions that your students submit to Turnitin will not be captured into the database yet. Okay, only the final copy will be captured, which is on due date. So meaning that once your students submit the paper, Turnitin will generate the report. And then if your students redo and resubmit again, Turnitin will override with the previous submissions and generate the new report again and again and again until due date. Okay, so setiap kali student submit, dia akan dapat report. Okay, and then the third option, on due date. So before the due date of assignment, students can submit as many papers as possible, but only one report will be generated, which is on due date. Okay. All right. Any questions on this part? Ada soalan? Okay. If no question, next. Exclude bibliographic materials, yes or no? Okay, all the appendix, the list of the references, okay, senarai rujukan, exclude from similarity index. Okay, and then next, exclude quoted materials, yes or no? Okay, the open and close inverted commas, okay, the quotation marks, pembuka dan penutup kata. Okay, for this part, please bear in mind because some students are very smart. Okay, one of the way how students manipulate the submissions, they are using the hidden quotation marks. Okay, for example, in the assignments, the first paragraph, they will put hidden open inverted commas. And then the last paragraph, they will put hidden close inverted commas. If you choose yes, exclude quoted materials, Turnitin cannot detect similarity for the quotation. Okay, for the quotation marks. Okay, please bear in mind. And then next, exclude small sources. Okay, if you choose yes, so you can set source exclusion either by word count or by percentage. Okay, for example, I set by percentage, I put here 5%. So in the report given by Turnitin, they will show you the matching of 5% and above only. Okay, less than 5% match, like 1%, 2, 3, 4% match. Turnitin won't show it to you. Okay, Turnitin won't calculate the similarity. Okay, same thing goes to by word count. For example, I put here 10 words. Okay, so in the report given by Turnitin, they will show you the matching of 10 words and above only. Okay, less than 10 words match, Turnitin won't highlight to you. Turnitin won't calculate the similarity index. Okay, but for me, I prefer to see everything, even 1% match. I want to see, I choose no. Okay, it's up to you, whichever that you prefer. Okay, actually for these three parts, the bibliographic materials, quoted materials, and the small sources. Okay, you can choose no first on the main assignment settings here, because in the student's individual report itself, you can change it into yes. Okay, I will show you our sample paper after this. Okay, all right, any questions on this part?
Encik Maslan,
Yeah.
kebiasaannya lecturer akan check assignment bila dah lepas pada due date.
Okay.
Jika lecturer tu extend selepas due date, adakah assignment yang dihantar tu akan disimpan, telah disimpan dalam database ataupun masih lagi boleh diubah? Jika due date berubah selepas tarikh yang telah diletakkan sebelum perubahan ni.
Okay. So kalau instructor pilih submit papers to standard paper repository, okay, macam yang saya katakan, bila assignment dah due, Turnitin akan capture. So maksudnya bila assignment dah due, kita tukar due date, bila student resubmit, so similarity index tu dia akan jadi tinggi. Sebab dia akan match dengan previous submissions yang final copy Turnitin dah capture bila assignment due. Okay, so untuk kalau sekiranya instructor pilih standard paper repository and pilih second option, immediately can override reports until due date. Maksudnya kita allow students untuk buat resubmission. Okay, so pertama, make sure kalau students nak buat resubmission, make sure they resubmit before the due date of assignment. Okay, and then kedua, kalau instructor nak ubah setting, make sure ubah sebelum due date of assignment. Let's say kalau nak extend due date, kena extend sebelum due date of assignment. Sebab bila kalau assignment dah due, baru kita nak extend, and then bila assignment dah due, student resubmit, so similarity index tu akan jadi tinggi lah. So, sebab tu banyak case bila submit dia jadi tinggi, submit jadi tinggi. Sebab final copy tu Turnitin dah capture. So dia akan match against the previous submissions. Okay. Alright. Okay, questions from Nur Amira. What is the normal exclusion for word count and percentage? Okay, for this one, it depends on the, actually depends on the lecturer lah. Okay, or in institution or faculties. Okay, because got some institution, they have the uh, plagiarism policy, they have said, some not. Okay, for those institution who not set, okay, how many percent you can exclude, how many words we can exclude, then it depends on the lecturer itself. Okay, like I said, but for me, I prefer to choose no first on the main setting, because in the individual students report itself, we can change it to yes. Okay, I want to see everything, even 1% match I want to see. Okay, because sometimes even 1%, still students actually plagiarize. Okay, if you exclude 1%, then you cannot trace the plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism done by the students. Okay, so if no guideline, or if no instruction from the institution or the faculties, okay, how many percent, how many word count you can set, then it depends on you, depends on the instructor. Okay, all right. Next, allow students to see similarity reports. Okay, so by default, the setting is no. Okay, so if you choose no, once your students submit the paper, they cannot see the report, they cannot see how many percent the similarity index, because students don't have access to the report. Okay, if you choose yes, once your students submit the paper to Turnitin, they can see the report. They can see how many percent their similarity index. So if you choose the second option here, okay, if you allow students to do resubmission, okay, you have to allow students to see the report, okay, easy for you. Okay. All right. Next, exclude assignment template. Okay, so this is the new feature that Turnitin launched this year on February. Okay, exclude assignment template. Okay, normally students are provided with the templates which are submitted alongside their assignment. Okay, so if all students within the class submit the same template, it will influence their similarity report. Okay, so templates can be, for example, like the cover page of assignments. Okay, the cover page of assignments contains the institution name, the faculty's name, subject name. Okay, and then templates can be acknowledgement, or templates can be the plagiarism declaration. Okay, so if all students within the class submit the same template, it will influence their similarity report. So templates can be uploaded to the assignment settings so that they can be automatically excluded from all students' similarity report in that class. Okay, so if you have the assignment template, if you have the uploaded file, you can upload the template, or you can create a custom template. Okay, so once a submission has been made to the assignment, templates can no longer be added or edited. Okay, so this is the sample of my assignment template. Okay, so for assignment template, I uploaded the cover page of assignment. Okay, which contains the institution name, the faculty name, okay, subject name, and then the student name, metric number, lecturer name, okay, as well as the plagiarism declaration. Okay, so if I upload this as a template and all my students in the class using the same template submitted the same plagiarism declaration, Turnitin won't count this as similarity. Okay, so this will be excluded from the similarity index. Okay, all right. So for the templates requirements, okay, you can click here. You can see for the uploaded file, the file must be less than 100 MB. Okay, and the accepted file types for upload: Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, plain text. Okay, as long as it is editable documents, the text document. Okay, and the template must have at least 20 words of text. Okay, tak boleh kurang daripada 20 patah perkataan. Okay, so you can create your custom template, or if you have the uploaded file, you can upload the template. Okay, so you can upload the template. So this is the new feature that Turnitin launched this year on February. Okay, any questions for this feature? Ada soalan? Okay, if no question, next, search options. Okay, students paper, internet contents and published contents. Okay, three types of databases. So it's good for you to check on everything. Okay, three types of databases: students paper submissions, internet contents, and publishers content. Okay, and then next the rubric. This is for turning in grade mark. Okay, I will cover during the grade mark sessions. And then next the grammar checking. Okay, for turning in grammar checking, they are using eraser technology. Okay, so if you would like to use the grammar checking from Turnitin, you can choose yes to enable the grammar checking. Okay, if you enable the grammar checking, you can select the handbook. Okay, the highest will be the advanced. You can select the dictionary. Okay, US, UK, or both dictionaries, and you can check for the categories. Okay, spelling, grammar, usage, mechanic, style. Okay, so this is the Turnitin grammar checking using eraser technology. Okay, and then the last one, would you like to save these options as your default for future assignments? Okay, if you check on this, if you tick on this, your next assignment, your following assignment creation, you don't have to go through all the settings because it will become your default setting. Okay, everything will become your default setting except the assignment template. Okay, the setting will not save the template execution setting for any following assignments. So meaning that every time when you create a new assignment, if you have the assignment template, you have to upload every time. Okay, but the rest will be your default setting and you can edit your setting. Okay, so the setting will be editable. Okay, and then you can click submit. Okay, so I just created the class MGM 3211 Marketing Management SEM 2 2022. Okay, in this class, I created one assignment with the start date, due date, and post date. Okay, so if you would like to edit your assignment settings, what you can do, you can click on more actions here. So you can edit settings, okay, edit assignment settings, or you can submit paper here, or you can delete this assignment. Okay, or you can click for view here. So from here, you can submit paper because they have submit file button here. Okay, I will show you how to submit paper after this because this interface same as a student. Okay, I will cover during the students part. Okay. All right. Any questions, ladies, gentlemen, for the assignment settings, assignment creation? Ada soalan? Default setting for particular classes only. Ya.
Sorry, saya nak tanya, lepas kita, lepas dia keluar result untuk Turnitin kan, after this dia akan keluar result kan. So after that kita boleh erase lah kita punya artikel tu, is it? Yang dekat more action tadi.
Yang delete button tu ke?
Yang situ kan, delete assignment tu kita boleh delete lah lepas dapat result tu.
Dia bergantung juga kepada setting. Sebab kalau delete, dia hanya remove daripada account kita, bukan daripada Turnitin database kalau kita set standard paper repository.
Okay.
Kalau kita nak delete, nak permanently delete daripada repository, tadi ada sebelum kita start, saya ada tunjukkan satu video. Yang tu ada cara dia, nanti saya akan cover juga yang tu, macam mana cara-cara kita nak delete lah, nak request.
Okay, terima kasih.
Sama. Okay, ada lagi soalan? Ya, salam.
Saya nak tanya, ada tak cara, is there any way yang kita boleh exclude certain word dalam assignment student ni? Contoh apa, kata nama khas, proper noun dan sebagainya tu lah. Ada tak cara dia?
Untuk Turnitin memang tak ada. Untuk Turnitin memang tak ada. Kita nak exclude by word, certain word, memang tak ada setting untuk tu.
Oh, jadi maksudnya dia memang tak ada cara ya Cik Maslan, sebab sometimes bila student submit tu dia banyak count on that proper nouns. Benda macam tu yang
faham. Cuma apa yang instructor boleh buat, mungkin kita boleh exclude sources lah untuk kita untuk Turnitin tak kira similarity on that particular words.
Cik Mazlan. Okay,
Nanti
thank you.
saya akan
Alright.
tunjukkan lah macam mana nak execute.
Alright. Okay.
Okay, soalan daripada chat window from one Azlina, default setting for particular classes only. No, default setting for all assignment, all classes, all assignment that you created in your account. Okay, any other questions? Ada lagi soalan, ladies, gentlemen?
Sorry nak tanya. Kalau tak silap saya, yang saya fahamkan tadi, every time you nak upload paper, kena masukkan template
No, itu untuk assignment template.
Oh, assignment template sajalah.
Untuk assignment template, kalau ada, contoh dalam kelas kita bagi student, okay, format, ada format cover page macam ni format dia, ataupun students kena attach sekali dengan plagiarism declaration. So kalau semua student submit, dia akan dikira sebagai similarity. So kalau kita submit cover page dengan plagiarism declaration ni as assignment template, kita boleh exclude daripada similarity.
Oh, okay. Terima kasih.
Sama.
Assalamualaikum. Nak tanya boleh ke?
Boleh.
Tadi Cik Mazlan cakap boleh delete assignment kan? And then that one delete dekat account kita je.
Ya, betul.
Saya dah delete dah. So benda tu dah maknanya dekat account saya je tapi dekat database still available. Betul?
Ya, betul.
So macam mana saya nak delete semua?
Okay, biasanya kalau kita dah delete assignment, kita memang tak boleh nak trace paper ID ke, kita nak request, tak boleh. So apa yang instructor boleh buat, kalau ingat kelas ID ingat? Tak ingat?
Ingat.
Kalau terlupa kelas ID, boleh bagi email pada Encik Fahmi lah, Encik Fahmi admin. So Encik Fahmi akan request kepada Turnitin support untuk restore balik kelas dan assignment yang kita dah delete.
Okay.
Sekiranya dalam puan punya kelas ada 10 kelas, katakan ada 10 kelas, mungkin 5 kelas puan dah delete. Disebabkan puan tak ingat kelas ID, so Turnitin akan restore kelima-lima kelas yang puan dah delete. Tapi kalau puan ingat kelas ID, so Turnitin hanya akan restore that particular classes sahaja.
Okay. And then another thing, kalau let's say saya dah delete tadi and then dia dah restore, lepas tu sebab saya try satu persatu tadi, mula-mula saya delete satu persatu, but then dia terus keluar error occurred semua. Dia cakap something, so dia tak delete that particular ni lah setiap satu. So kenapa? Sistem problem ke ataupun cara, sebab sekarang ni untuk delete tak macam dulu sebab kita kena type delete huruf besar.
Yang untuk permanent deletion ke?
Ya, untuk permanent.
Yang tu okay, kalau ada error boleh, mungkin in future kalau ada, bila puan buat ada error, boleh screenshot and then boleh hantar kat Cik Fahmi ataupun hantar terus kat saya, kita akan checkkan lah.
Okay, terima kasih.
Okay, sama.
Encik Mazlan, regarding the references, during the submission, do I need to, or the student need to exclude the references?
Students.
From their assignment, the references.
You mean students submit just the content without references?
Yes, without references, or they can submit with references.
Depending on the instructor lah. If you prefer students just submit contents only, then they can submit without the references.
No, usually we want with references, but it will increase the plagiarism, means the
similarity. Similarity. Yes, but you can exclude for the references. I will show you later.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, for me, thank you.
Okay, all right. So, okay, this is our sample account, okay, University of Apex Knowledge, okay. I'm going to show you our sample account, okay, the live demo. So these are the list of my class IDs and my class name. Okay, assume that I want to have a look on my class, MGM 3211 Marketing Management, SEM 1 2021. So I just click on my class name here. Okay, so in this class, I created 6 assignments. Okay, assignment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and assignment 6. Okay, assume that I want to have a look on assignment 6. I click view. Okay, so these are the list of my students' name, okay, with assignment title, okay, and then the similarity index, okay, for originality check, for turn-in report, and then the grade for turn-in grade mark, turn-in online marking, okay, paper ID, and date of submission. Okay, do you remember the second part on your assignment setting? Do you allow students to see? Do you allow students to submit paper after the due date? Okay, so if you choose yes, okay, if you choose yes, if you allow students to submit paper after the due date, and your students submitted the paper after the due date, okay, Turnitin will highlight the date with the red color. So meaning that this particular student submitted the paper after the due date, so you can deduct the marks. Okay, for example, I deduct 10 marks for the late submission. Okay, all right. And then each paper will have a very unique paper ID. Okay, so previously the paper ID is very, very important. Okay, because in order for you to remove any paper from Turnitin database, okay, to permanently delete any particular paper from Turnitin database, you have to provide the paper ID to Turnitin admin. Okay, you have to provide the paper ID to Cik Fahmi, and then Cik Fahmi will request Turnitin support to permanently delete the paper, okay, from Turnitin database. So it will take 3 to 5 working days or even longer than that. Okay, but now I'm excited to inform you that the Turnitin team rolled out a new automated workflow on last April. Okay, another new feature, okay, that will allow paper deletion requests to be fully managed by Turnitin account administrator. Okay, Turnitin will allow paper deletion requests to be fully managed by Encik Fahmi. Okay, because he's the Turnitin admin for UMK. Okay, so this process of paper deletion request will now become entirely self-managed, okay, inside UMK. Okay, so meaning that instructor can request for permanent deletion to Turnitin admin. Okay, so admin can approve your request or reject your request. So Turnitin admin, Cik Fahmi don't have to request anymore to support, okay, for permanent deletion. So what you can do, okay, for example, I would like to remove or permanently delete this paper from Turnitin database. Okay, you can tick here, okay, and then you can see delete button here. When you click, you can see remove from inbox or request permanent deletion. Okay, if you click remove from inbox, okay, it's just remove from your account, not from Turnitin database. So once you remove from your account, you cannot trace your paper ID and you cannot request for permanent deletion. Okay, so the new feature that Turnitin launched on April is the request permanent deletion. So instructor can request for permanent deletion. Okay, you can click here, request permanent deletion, and then you can see this window will pop up and show you permanent deletion request. And then you can click continue. And then you can review the details for the student's paper. And you have to select the reason why you would like to delete this paper from Turnitin database. Okay, you have to select the reason. Maybe wrong paper submitted by the students. Okay, and then you can click continue. And then you can review again. So once everything look correct, okay, you confirm would like to permanently delete this paper from Turnitin databases. Okay, you just type delete and then you click confirm. Okay, so once you click confirm, the request will be sent to Encik Fahmi, okay, the Turnitin admin. Okay, whether to approve or reject your request. Okay, if he approve your request and delete, so the paper will immediately remove from Turnitin database. Okay, but it's recoverable for 30 days. Okay, if Encik Fahmi reject the request, then you cannot request for permanent deletion. Okay, so permanent deletion request only can come from instructor account. Okay, student account tak boleh request. Okay, students account tak boleh request untuk permanent deletion. Okay, if those students would like to request for permanent deletion, they have to request through instructor, meaning that they have to get the approval from instructor. Okay, and then instructor will request to turn in admin for permanent deletion. Okay, so this is another new feature that Turnitin launched this year on April. Okay, any questions for the permanent deletion request? Ada soalan?
Salam Cik Mazlan.
Ya, salam.
Okay, I have no question about the permanent deletion, but my concern is that if let's say we allow our student to resubmit a few times before the due date, then I'm just concerned how it appear when we try to view their assignment. Is it the view comes for the last submission or all the submissions? Thank you.
Okay, you mean the report, right? The Turnitin report.
Yes, that's the report.
Okay, the Turnitin report. Yeah. The Turnitin report only show you the latest submissions. So if your student submit 10 times, but you only log in and check your student's paper, so you only see the report for the latest submission. But if your students submit, every time your students resubmit, they notify you and you check, and then you can monitor each report lah. If not, if you only log in sometimes, you only see the report for the latest submission by the students. Meaning that you cannot see each report lah. If your students do the resubmission 5 times, okay, you only see one report, the latest, the final, the latest submission that your students submit.
All right. Thank you, Cik Nordin.
Okay. All right. Okay, so assume that I want to have a look on this student's paper, BN San, gejala plagiarisma 91%. Okay, ini adalah contoh paper dalam bahasa, sampel paper in bahasa. So I just click here to open the report. Okay, so this is the new interface, the feedback studio. Okay, the feedback studio. Okay, so on the left will be the assignment, the student assignment. Okay, student's paper text. And then on the right, you can see different tabs with different colors. So as mentioned, the blue tabs is for turning in grade mark. And then the red tabs is for turning in originality check. Okay, and then if you enable the grammar checking, you can see the purple tabs here. So this is for grammar checking. And then the gray tabs is for the downloads and submission information. Okay. All right. So now I will go through the originality tab first. Okay, the red tabs for the originality check. Okay, so for the originality check tabs, you can see 5 different tabs. Okay, for the red tabs color, you can see 5 different tabs. Okay, we'll go through one by one. Okay, the first tab, this is what we call the flags for review. Okay, apa dia flags for review? Okay, flags for review if students manipulate the submission. Okay, how students manipulate the submission? If students manipulate by putting in the hidden text. For example, just now I explained to you about the hidden quotation marks. Okay, if the students put the hidden quotation marks, hidden text, get Turnitin will flag. Okay, and then the characters. Okay, replace characters. Okay, some characters in different alphabets can look similar enough. Okay, so if Turnitin notice something strange, okay, Turnitin will flag it for you to review. Okay, a flag is not necessarily an indicator of a problem. However, we recommend you as instructor focus your attention on the flags here for further review. Okay, for example, like this student's paper BN San. Okay, on the flags for review, when you click, okay, you can see 0 flag. Okay, so no hidden text, no replace characters. Okay, flags, Turnitin will flag if students put the hidden text or replace any characters. Okay, all right. Now let's see on these students. Mazlan Abdul Latif, symptom of plagiarism 49%. I click here to open the report. Okay, so for this student's paper, okay, untuk Mazlan punya paper pun sama, pun sama, 0 flag. Okay, 0 flag, no hidden text, no replace characters. Okay, so tak ada isu untuk flags for review. Okay, apa yang saya nak tunjuk adalah these students. Aisyah Ahmad, symptom of plagiarism 0%. Okay, for your information, okay, this student Aisyah and Mazlan, okay, both students actually submitted exactly the same paper to Turnitin. Okay, kedua-dua pelajar ni dia submit paper yang sama kepada Turnitin. Okay, Mazlan is the original author for this paper, symptom of plagiarism. Okay, he submit to Turnitin, he got 49% similarity. Okay, Aisyah Ahmad, dia copy Mazlan punya paper. Okay, she copied Mazlan's paper and she manipulate the paper. Okay, she submit to Turnitin, she got 0% similarity. Okay, so when I click here to open the Aisyah report, okay, you can see Aisyah report. When you go through, okay, like I said, okay, kedua-dua pelajar submitted exactly the same paper. Okay, Aisyah submitted exactly the same paper as Mazlan. Okay, but Aisyah got 0% similarity. But when we look at the flags for review, you can see one flag. You can see one flag. When you click, you can see one flag. Hidden text attempts to throw off similarity detection. Okay. So bila kita klik pada hidden text, Turnitin akan tunjukkan kepada kita kat mana hidden text. Okay. Where is the hidden text that these students, okay, where is the hidden text that Aisyah is actually put? So for this case, okay, apa yang Aisyah buat adalah dia letak hidden text dekat setiap space perkataan. Okay, on each space of word, she put the small letter I. Okay, she put the hidden small letter I. Okay, dekat setiap space perkataan dia letak hidden text small letter I kecil. Okay, I kecil. So, if students manipulate something like this, if students manipulate by putting the hidden text, hidden quotation marks, replace any characters, Turnitin cannot detect for similarity because it disturbs the algorithm reading. But Turnitin will detect as a flag. Okay, as mentioned, macam yang saya kata, flag ni bukan indikator kepada masalah, tapi kita cadangkan, okay, cadangkan instructor untuk focus attention, okay, untuk beri perhatian dekat flags ni untuk further review. Okay, contoh macam case Aisyah ni, hidden text kat setiap space. Ni memang totally masalah lah. Okay, totally masalah. So you can call students, you can consult with the students, you can ask students to remove unnecessary text, the hidden text, redo or resubmit. Okay. And then as instructor, you can actually download the original file from the student. Okay, for example, I download the original submitted file from Aisyah. Okay, so you can download the original file. For example, this student, Aisyah, she submitted using Microsoft Word. So I can download the original file in Microsoft Word. Okay, so I download the original file from Aisyah submission. Okay, so once I downloaded the file, I just open the file. Okay, you just open the Aisyah paper and you go through the whole paper. Okay, so when you go to the whole paper, right, it looks normal. Okay, nampak normal lah. Tapi of course, sebab ni English paper, bila ada highlight merah macam ni, not normal lah. Yang ni tak normal lah. Tapi if paper bahasa, kalau ada highlight merah macam ni, normal lah. Okay. Tapi because of this is the English paper, when you see the highlighted with the red, something like this, it's not normal. Okay. So when you go through, okay, it looks like normal. But when you highlight certain words or certain sentence or paragraph, okay, you highlight it and then you change the font color with all black. You can see these students put a small letter I. Okay, she changed the font size with the smallest and changed the font color with white. So meaning that the hidden small letter I. Okay, maksudnya I kecil yang tersembunyi sebab dia tukar color warna putih. Okay, same thing if students put the hidden quotation marks. Okay, first paragraph they put open inverted commas. Okay, pembuka kata. Okay, change the font size, change the font color. So you cannot see. And then this here put the close inverted commas. Same thing, change the font size, change the font color. So you cannot see. Okay, if you choose yes, exclude quoted materials. Turnitin cannot detect similarity for this paragraph. Okay, because students put the quotation marks. Okay, same thing if students replace any characters, also Turnitin cannot detect for similarity, but Turnitin will detect as a flag. Okay, so this is one of the way how students manipulate the submissions to throw off the similarity detection. Okay, I saw the videos last time because someone tagged me in Facebook. Okay, so the video also available in YouTube. Okay, so what the students did was students they are using the find and replace method. Okay, students will use this kind of method. Okay, so find what students will put space, replace with will put space small letter I. Okay, and then click more, click format, click font. Okay, just change the font size with the smallest and change the font color with white. Okay, and then click OK when you click replace all. So all the space will be replaced with small letter I, space small letter I. You cannot see because it's hidden, because change the color with white. Okay, but when you highlight and change the font color, you can see the hidden text. Okay, so if students manipulate something like this, they put the hidden text, they replace the characters, put the hidden quotation marks. Okay, Turnitin will detect as a flag. Okay, ada soalan untuk flags for review? Any question?
Assalamualaikum Cik Mazlan.
Salam.
Sorry, saya curious. Kalau macam student tu, the writing was in English, dia translate bahasa Melayu, dia tak boleh detect lah kan?
Okay, actually dekat assignment setting tu ada feature yang tu. Tapi dekat UMK punya setting tak ada. Mungkin admin boleh enable dekat setting lah.
Okay, alright.
Untuk ni memang dia ada. Memang dia ada. Sekejap saya check
Encik Mazlan, in
Yeah.
my students assignment submission, regarding the black one, the black color in your submission, yeah, you mentioned that they have the hidden flag. In my student submission, they don't have hidden flag, but they have the black color mark that in your submission also have the same symbol.
Okay, later I will show you.
Okay.
Let me check this one first. Yeah, this one. Yang ni lah, translated matching. So bila student manipulate by translation, okay, kalau student translate daripada, okay, dia punya content language A, dia translated to language B and student submit Turnitin still can detect similarity for the translation. Tapi kena enable yang ni lah. You have to enable this one lah.
Okay, alright.
Untuk UMK tadi saya tengok tak ada. Mungkin nanti Encik Fahmi boleh enablekan daripada admin punya setting lah.
Okay, alright. Satu lagi. Contoh saya ada student PhD daripada China. So Chinese writing tu pun dia boleh detect ke tak boleh?
Boleh detect.
Boleh. Okay, alright. Thank you.
Boleh. Okay, thank you. Okay. You mean this one, right?
Yes. They don't have hidden flag, but they have this symbol. And then they have percentage, 3%, 2%.
Okay, maybe you exclude the bibliography, right?
Yeah.
If you exclude the bibliography, also will pop up something like this.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, if you saw something like this, it's either your students manipulate or you exclude the bibliography.
Okay, Encik Mazlan. Yes.
Okay. Right. Any other questions for the flags? Ada soalan? Okay, if no questions, we go back to the Bien's paper. Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, kita pergi kepada tab yang kedua. Okay, the second tab in originality check. Okay, so second tab, the mesh overview. Okay, this is what we call the mesh overview. When you click, you can see the matching sources. Okay, all the matching sources. Okay, so the similarity number 1, it comes from the source number 1 and website number 1. Okay, you can see on the similarity number 1, the whole paragraph. Okay, first 2 paragraph. Okay, Turnitin highlight dengan warna merah. Okay, Turnitin highlighted with the red color, but some words like penciplakan atau penghasilan, Turnitin didn't highlight. Okay, Turnitin didn't highlight, so that will be the student's original words. Okay, so when you click on the similarity number here, or you click on the source here, okay, you can see this source is from www.utusan.com.my. Okay, rencana arkib 31 Disember 2007. Okay, so this source is from Utusan. So when you click here, okay, when you click full source view, okay, you click full source view, then it will show you a side-by-side comparison. Okay, side-by-side comparison. Okay, as you can see from the original website Utusan, menciplak, this student change it into penciplakan. Okay, pelajar ni dia tukar imbuhan. Menciplak, dia tukar imbuhan kepada penciplakan. Okay, menghasilkan semula atau. Okay, atau penghasilan semula. So, pelajar ni bukan saja dia tukar imbuhan, dia rephrase. Okay, dia tukar imbuhan. Okay, she changed the imbuhan and the rephrase. Menghasilkan semula atau penghasilan semula. So, this is how Turnitin will do the detection. Okay, alright. Okay, so now I'm going to show you an example. Okay, an example lah. Okay, you can see on the similarity number 1. Okay, ini hanyalah contoh saja yang saya nak tunjukkan. On the similarity number 1, you can see the whole paragraph is highlighted with the red color. Okay, and you can see these students put acknowledgement here, Utusan Online 2007. Okay, as I mentioned, Turnitin cannot detect for plagiarism. Turnitin only detect for similarity. Okay, so as a student, okay, if students do the assignment, okay, if students take the contents from any sources, okay, tak kira lah dia ambil content tu daripada mana-mana sumber, daripada students paper, internet content or publishers content ke, okay, even though students put acknowledgement, they quotes properly, they put proper citation, okay, as long as that particular contents available in Turnitin database, Turnitin still highlight. Okay, Turnitin still highlight. Okay, contoh macam students ni, Bian San, dia copy daripada Utusan. Okay, walaupun dia letak acknowledgement kat sini, Turnitin still highlight. Okay, sebab content ni ada dalam Turnitin databases. Okay, so you as instructor, you can actually exclude the sources. Okay, okay, contoh. Similarity yang pertama, okay, tak ada issue on plagiarism, student acknowledge, okay, so I can exclude the sources here. So you can click here to view match breakdown, okay, and then you can see exclude sources button at the bottom here. You can click and then you tick the source from Utusan and you can click exclude. Okay, so when you exclude the source, it will brings down the percentage from 91% become 58%, and Turnitin won't highlight the contents. Okay, Turnitin won't highlight the contents from Utusan. Okay, so as a lecturer, you have to use your own judgment to judge your students' paper. Okay, you know your students better. As a lecturer, you have to go through the whole paper. Okay, so you cannot rely on the percentage. Sebab percentage ni hanya tunjukkan kepada kita similarity index. Okay, so this is the similarity index. This is not plagiarism index. Okay. Because got some lecturer, ada setengah pensyarah, okay, bila dia dapat report daripada students punya report, okay, katakanlah dia dapat students punya report 58%. Okay, so the instructor, the lecturer straight away reject the paper, reject the report without go through the whole paper. Okay, because if you go through the whole paper, right, you can actually help the students to reduce the percentage. You can help the students to exclude the source and reduce the percentage for those sources who don't have any issues, plagiarism issues or any other issues. Instead of you ask students to redo, rephrase, and resubmit or whatsoever. Okay, sebab bagi saya benda ni dia bergantung kepada kursus. Okay, depending on the courses taken by the student. Okay, contoh macam katakanlah student ni dia ambil kursus undang-undang ataupun dia ambil kursus pengajar Al-Quran Sunnah ke. Okay, so bila pelajar ni dia gunakan, katakanlah dia ambil kes-kes mahkamah, dia masuk dalam assignment. Ataupun dia ambil akta-akta yang ada, okay, akta undang-undang yang ada, dia masuk dalam assignment. Okay, ataupun dia ambil ayat-ayat Al-Quran, masuk dalam assignment. Okay, so all these things are facts. Yang mana kita tak boleh ubah. You cannot change the facts. You cannot change the acts. You cannot change the court case. Okay. But as long as students acknowledge, students put citations, students put proper quotes. Okay. So no issues on plagiarism. So you as instructor, you can help students to exclude the source and brings down the percentage. Okay. Right. And then on the source number 3, you can see 9% match with the student's paper from Surabaya University. Okay, so when you click here or you click on the similarity number here, you cannot see the student's paper from Surabaya University. But what you can do, you can click here and you can send a request to view this paper. Okay. So the request will be sent to the original instructor from Surabaya University, whether to allow you to view the paper or not. Okay, if they allow you to view the student's paper, the whole document will be sent to your email. If they don't allow you to view the paper, you will receive nothing. Same thing if someone from another institutions requests to view your student's paper from UMK, so the request will be sent to you, whether you allow them to view the paper or not. Okay, this is to protect the student's intellectual property. Okay, we protect the student's paper. Okay. All right. Any questions on the mesh overview? Ada soalan? Okay. And then next step, okay, tab seterusnya yang ketiga, all sources. So from here also you can exclude the source. Okay, you can see the exclude sources button here. You can click and then you can tick. Okay, you have to go through the whole paper. You go through the whole sources. Okay, if you find out that those sources have no issues on plagiarism, students not plagiarize or any other issues that you can exclude, then you can help students to exclude and brings down the percentage. Okay. All right. Any questions on this part? Okay. Next, filters and settings. Okay. So as mentioned from here, in the student's individual report, you can change the setting from yes to no, tick or untick. Okay. For the quoted materials, the bibliography materials, small sources, as well as the new feature assignment template. Okay. So for example, I would like to exclude by size, by percentage. I put here 10%. Okay, so when you click apply changes, okay, this is applicable for individual student report only. Okay, so if you click apply changes, in the report given by Turnitin, they will show you the matching of 10% and above only. Less than 10% match, like just now you see the 9% match with the student's paper from Surabaya University. Okay, Turnitin won't show it to you. Turnitin won't highlight the Turnitin won't calculate the similarity. Okay, same thing goes to by word count. For example, I put 50 words. Okay, I want to exclude by 50 words. So in the report given by Turnitin, they will show you the matching of 50 words and above only. Less than 50 words match, Turnitin won't highlight to you. Okay, right. So jangan confuse on this part, especially the percentage part. Sebab kebanyakan institution, most of the institution they have set the allowable percentage or acceptable percentage. Okay, 20%, 25, maximum 30%. Okay, the allowable percentage. Okay, don't get confused because last time I received a call from the lecturers. Okay, the call saya and bagi tahu, in my class I have 10 students. Okay, I create class, create assignment, students enroll. And then when the students submit the paper, all the students report is 0%. Okay, all the students report 0%. So when I check the class, I check the assignment, I check the settings. Okay, I check everything. Okay, apa yang pensyarah dibuat? Okay, dekat main assignment setting, bukan individual, main assignment setting. Okay, exclude by size. That lecturer put the allowable percentage 30%. Okay, dekat main assignment setting. Okay, so if instructor put the allowable percentage 20 to 30% on the main setting, of course, all your student submission will be 0% similarity. Because for student submission, normally they're matching for each sources, maybe less than 3%, less than 5%, or less than 10%. Okay, so if you find out that your students report 0%, okay, you have to check. Okay, you have to check. Maybe your students manipulate the submission like Aisha to get 0% similarity, or you have to check. Maybe you set the setting wrongly, like Bien San. She got 0% similarity. Okay, because it's impossible for students to get 0% similarity, or even lecturer, impossible. Okay, because for Turnitin, okay, anything that you submit to Turnitin, okay, Turnitin still detect similarity. Even 1%, Turnitin still detect similarity. Even the common words, Turnitin will detect as similarity. Okay, so if the students report they got 0% similarity, something is not right. Okay, you have to check. Okay, because kita takutlah students manipulate ke, maybe setting kita salah ke kan, dekat main setting we set the setting wrongly. Okay, menyebabkan pelajar dapat 0% similarity. Okay, alright, same thing. Okay, same thing. Okay, I don't want to exclude by size. Okay, sama jugalah. Macam yang saya katakan tadi, ada satu persyaratannya, ada tak setting untuk exclude by word, untuk kata nama kata nama khas. Okay, untuk Turnitin memang tak ada. Okay, tapi untuk student submission, kalau kebanyakan yang common words, yang kata nama, dia punya similarity tu sikit, katakan 1%. Okay, katakanlah banyak 1%. Okay, so you go through for the 1% match. Okay, if tak, memang kebanyakan 1% ni tak ada issue. Okay, memang tak ada issue yang kita boleh exclude. So instead of you exclude one by one, you can filter by percentage. You just put 2%, and then when you click apply changes, Turnitin won't show it to you the 1% match, and Turnitin won't calculate the 1% match. But make sure you have to go through the whole matching sources first lah. Okay, sebab mungkin kadang-kadang ada walaupun 1%, tapi sebenarnya yang 1% ni ada issue. 1% ni student just copy je bulat-bulat. Dia tak ada acknowledgement, dia tak ada cited, dia tak ada quotes properly. Okay, even 1% still consider serious. Okay, serious plagiarism. Even 1%. Okay, tapi sekiranya kebanyakan 1% ni memang tak ada issue, so instead of you nak exclude satu persatu kan, so you just filter by percentage lah. Okay. Alright. Okay, selain daripada tambahan, okay, soalan daripada chat window, Aini Hayati, selain daripada tambahan hidden text, okay, macam Cik Mazan cakap tadi, ada tak cara lain yang student boleh manipulate ni? Okay, ada banyak cara. Okay, banyak cara. Sama ada dari segi format file yang disubmit. Okay, contoh, kalau student dia print out, lepas tu dia scan dokumen, dia scan hard copy, dia scan hard copy. Okay, bila dia scan, dia akan jadi image. Okay, jadi image. Walaupun dalam format PDF, dia still image. Bila dia submit, turn-in memang tak boleh detect similarity. Sama juga kalau student screenshot text. Okay, screenshot text. Okay, contoh. Okay, macam ni. Okay, macam ni yang teks yang kita boleh highlight. Okay, yang ni memang editable lah. Maksudnya kita boleh copy. So, bila kita submit, turn-in boleh detect lah. Kalau dia screenshot, contoh, okay, macam ni. Okay, macam ni kan. Yang ni memang bukan editable punya teks. Yang ni dia screenshot. Macam ni, dia screenshot. Okay, kalau student screenshot teks, okay, and then dia paste dekat Microsoft Word, dia submit, pun turn-in tak boleh detect similarity untuk screenshot teks. Ini antara cara-cara macam mana student manipulate submission lah. Untuk lari daripada detection. Okay, dia ada banyak cara, ada banyak cara. Okay, ada lagi soalan?
Salam Cik Mazlan.
Ya.
Satu question daripada saya. As in your demo now ni, you are showing that we can exclude certain sources kan? Okay, contoh tadi you exclude apa utusan online tu kan? Because of the because of the student made a quotation dekat dia punya tu lah. Okay, my concern is that kalau kita exclude utusan online tu, is it the exclusion is only for that paragraph or for the whole assignment of the student? Because maybe there is a repetition from utusan online in that assignment as well kan, not for that paragraph only. Itu je soalan saya. Thank you.
Okay, katakan contoh macam ni. Dia ada similarity kan. Okay, similarity yang number 4. Okay, submitted to UiTM. Okay, walaupun dia dalam satu paragraf tapi dia ada 2. Okay, maksudnya kalau dia ada kat tempat lain pun similarity number yang sama, bila kita exclude dia pun akan exclude. That's why you have to go through and check properly lah. Okay. Contoh, okay, like this. Okay, number 3 match. Okay, and then you can see here also number 3 match. Okay, even this one from different sources, but when you exclude number 3, right? So both will be excluded from similarity. Okay. Okay, Miss.
Okay, Cik Mazlan. So meaning that it seems that it is not suggested lah to exclude certain sources because sometimes we exclude because of the citation being made by the student. So we at least the student acknowledge, but for the other paragraph mungkin dia plagiarize lah kan. So kalau kita exclude, dia akan exclude the whole thing Alright.
Yes, correct. Ya, betul.
Okay. So tapi kita boleh exclude for that paragraph only, boleh tak? Contoh
kalau different similarity number, yes. Tapi kalau same similarity number, cannot lah. Contoh kat sini ada satu nombor 4 kan, similarity. Lepas tu kat paragraph bawah pun ada juga nombor 4. So bila you exclude similarity number 4, so both will be excluded. Maksudnya kita tak boleh nak, okay, contoh kita nak exclude yang ni je. Yang ni kita tak nak exclude. Tak boleh. Memang dua-dua akan di-exclude.
Okay, pula Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Lepas tu one more Cik Mazlan. Okay, if the student, copy certain act ataupun macam dia kata kalau law punya study ni kan. So we always referring to of course lah acts, cases and everything lah kan. So macam mana nak buat, is there maksudnya the only way to avoid plagiarism ataupun matching by Turnitin ni is just by putting the quotation ke, ataupun just by putting inverted comma ke macam mana tu? Because we are using a lot of acts and cases lah sebenarnya for law punya background.
Betul. Sebab tu saya kata, walaupun student dia letak acknowledgement ke, dia quotes properly, okay, kalau content tu ada dalam penggalan data Turnitin still akan highlight. So kita yang kena judge. Kalau memang itu tak ada isu, yang mana kita boleh exclude, kita exclude. Sebab mungkin kadang-kadang benda tu mungkin idea dia. Okay, idea dia. So bagusnya Turnitin ni, maksudnya dia Turnitin ni boleh macam orang kata nak educate kita, educate the students to come up with the best writing lah. Okay, contoh, okay, kita ada satu idea, bila kita masukkan, itu memang idea kita memang tak ada ambil kat mana-mana. Tapi bila kita check Turnitin, orang lain dah ada dah benda tu. So kita boleh refer. Daripada situ kita boleh refer. Okay, apa sebenarnya dia punya idea. Daripada situ memang kita dah tak boleh guna sebagai idea kita just acknowledge lah yang tu orang ni punya. Ataupun kita boleh rujuk sumber yang tu untuk kita rujuk lebih lanjut lah. Berkaitan dengan apa yang kita nak cuba nak tulis tu. Something like that. Sebab Turnitin memang tak boleh detect untuk plagiarism. Okay, so apa-apa content yang ada similarity, walaupun acknowledge ke tak acknowledge ke, Turnitin still akan highlight. Sebab tu kita kata Turnitin ni bukan plagiarism detection. Dan kebanyakan pensyarah, dia menganggap percentage ni sebagai plagiarism. Itu silap lah. So kita tak boleh kata yang ni plagiarism. Ini adalah similarity. Okay, adakah kita dibenarkan untuk ubah dekat setting exclude sources tu atau delete dekat source matches untuk reducibility atas faktor sebab di acknowledge? So, maksudnya main setting ke individual students report?
Individual student reports.
Okay. Sebab kita boleh je, sebab kalau memang tak ada isu, kita boleh je nak exclude source. Tak ada masalah. As long as students tu memang acknowledge lah, macam saya katakan tadi lah. Tapi kalau dia memang copy bulat-bulat, tu memang student plagiarize lah. So memang kita tak boleh nak exclude lah. So kita minta student redo balik ke ataupun macam mana lah.
Okey. Cik Mazlan, satu pertanyaan. Macam kita pensyarah yang submit jurnal, kita kan nanti publisher nak reduce plagiarism less than 20 ke 25 kan? Contoh kita dah buat similarity dan tinggi, jadi kita tengok yang macam ni lah, keadaan ni lah yang di highlight tu yang sebenarnya yang kita acknowledge apa semua. So kita boleh exclude dekat sini lah, dibenarkan lah untuk kita submit.
Okay, untuk kita punya personal article, kita hanya boleh check similarity lah. Kalau kita, walaupun kita exclude kat sini, bila kita submit kat publisher, still akan ada similarity.
Ya. So benda tu macam mana? Dia ambil kira juga ke ataupun dia
maksudnya yang matching tu dengan kita punya previous paper ke? Contoh kalau ada matching dengan kita sebelum ni dah publish paper, tapi bila kita nak buat artikel baru, kita ambil kita punya daripada kita punya previous paper, kita still kena acknowledge, kita still kena cited lah, walaupun paper kita sendiri. Tapi as long as kita cited, kita acknowledge, sebenarnya dia tak ada isu on plagiarism. Sepatutnya publisher pun kena accept. Tapi saya banyak pensyarah yang bagi tahu saya, walaupun itu kita dah explain dah kat publisher yang tu paper kita lah, kita dah acknowledge lah, publisher still tak boleh accept. Yang tu saya pun kadang-kadang saya tak faham kenapa publisher macam tu. Sepatutnya publisher lagi faham sebab dia publisher kan. Maksudnya term publication ni sepatutnya dia orang lagi faham.
Sebab dia akan nilai tengok dekat numbers percentage ni.
Betul.
Once percentage tinggi dia terus macam tak accept lah.
Dia terus tak accept. Sepatutnya editor kena, dia macam kita juga lah. Maksudnya dia punya editor kena go through yang semua matching sources tu. Kalau memang tak ada isu, dia sebenarnya boleh accept lah benda tu.
Okay.
Tapi saya tak faham kenapa kebanyakan publisher dia tak boleh accept.
Mungkin dia salah faham konsep macam Cik Mazlan cakap kot. Dia
Itulah.
ini untuk plagiarism pun detection.
Yelah, tapi macam saya katakan lah, sebagai publisher dia sepatutnya faham. Sebab saya tengok banyak je publisher yang bagi publishing talk lah apa semua kan. Sebab dia orang faham benda tu. Tapi bila kata kita nak submit artikel, bila ada kes-kes macam ni, dia macam tak faham. Itu yang kat situ saya tak faham.
Baik. Faham. Okey, terima kasih Cik Mazlan.
Okey, sama. Okey, lagi soalan? Okey. Okey, untuk student daripada paper daripada student ni, okey, kita tengok cover page ni, okey. Turnitin highlight dengan similarity number 5, okay, 4% match. Okay, 4% match just for the cover page. Okay, so untuk new feature, kalau saya upload this cover page as Turnitin assignment template dalam assignment setting, so kita boleh exclude. Okay, you can exclude assignment template. So when you click exclude, apply changes, so Turnitin will brings down the percentage. Turnitin won't calculate the similarity, and Turnitin won't highlight the cover page. Okay, same thing goes to the bibliography, the references. Okay, kat sini nampak. Okay, references. Similarity number 1, 27% match. Similarity number 3, 7% match. Number 1, number 3. Okay, these are the list of the references. Okay, senarai rujukan. Okay, 34% match just for the references. Okay, so you can go to the filter setting. You can exclude bibliography, and then when you click apply changes, so all the references will be excluded from the similarity. So Turnitin only highlight the contents. Okay, similarity on the contents only. Okay, right. Any question? Ada soalan?
Cik Mazlan, sorry to ask.
Okay.
Tadi macam masa Cik Mazlan exclude references atau biblio tadi tu, you make it in a individual page kan? Not the main one lah ya?
No.
So
individual.
So it makes a difference ke? Kalau kita set dekat yang main setting tadi dengan individual setting ni, it make a difference ya?
Yep. Kalau you set dekat main setting, dia akan effect dekat semua student punya submission.
Yes, sebab memang that is our intention, right? Sebab kita logically,
betul.
logically our references should be excluded lah kan. So what's the point of doing it individually? Ke macam mana sebenarnya?
That's why saya kata dia bergantung kepada instructor lah untuk yang 3 part tu. Biasanya untuk bibliografi tak ada masalah. Cuma yang small sources tu, kalau macam yang saya kata, untuk saya nak tengok semua. Even 1% match pun saya still nak tengok. Sebab kita takut walaupun 1% tapi student plagiarize. So saya still nak tengok. Sebab tu daripada main setting tu exclude yang small sources tu saya tak exclude. By 1-2%. Saya choose no. Saya nak tengok dulu semua. So bila saya pergi kepada individual students, baru saya check. Kalau ada banyak 1%, okay, ada banyak 1% punya sources, saya check lah satu-satu. Tengok kalau memang tak ada isu, macam yang saya kata tadi, sebab ada terlalu banyak sangat 1% match. Tapi bila kita go through memang tak ada isu, instead of kita nak exclude one by one, okay, kan buang masa kan. So kita pergi filter setting, kita just exclude by percentage, letak 2%.
Alright, okay.
So 1%, 1% tu dia takkan ni lah.
Alright. I got your point. Cuma maksudnya for you, references tu you exclude tak dekat main setting? Exclude
tak. Saya tak exclude.
Tak juga?
Tapi boleh je, untuk reference tu tak ada isu.
Okay. So it's okay lah if we put no. No ke yes dekat yang main setting
yes.
tu?
Kalau yes, you means you exclude lah.
Alright.
Exclude.
Okay.
On reference you can exclude lah. You can choose yes lah.
Boleh yes lah kan kat situ. Alright. Tapi macam if I'm not mistaken lah, just now you told us that if we put kalau kita klik yes dekat min setting tu, it will come masa kita view tu yang flag tu kan, yang hidden flag ke apa benda tu, yang bendera tu kan.
Tak, itu yang itu quoted materials.
Quoted material. Oh.
Itu quoted materials. Kalau kita pilih yang exclude quotes. Okay. Katakanlah paragraph ni student dia letak quotes. Tapi dia hidden. Dia hidden, Turnitin tak akan highlight similarity. Walaupun ada. Cuma kita takut, okay, yang ni dia letak hidden quotes, dia ambil daripada any sources tapi dia tak acknowledge. Consider plagiarism. Tapi dia tak acknowledge tapi Turnitin tak highlight. So dia akan jadi plagiarism benda tu. Tapi Turnitin still akan detect as a flag lah. Bila kita tengok flag, kita akan nampak lah dia punya quotes kat sini.
Alright. Okay. Thank you, Cik Maslan.
Sama. Untuk sekarang ni, untuk exclude quotes pun tak ada masalah lah kalau yang quotation tu dia tak hidden. Cuma kalau yang hidden tu kita takut. Sebab sebelum ni tak ada flags for review, memang kita tak boleh nak detect. Kalau sudah letak hidden quotation marks pun kita tak boleh detect. Okay, and then next, the last step. Okay, last step in originality check, the excluded sources. When you click, you can see the excluded sources from the mesh overview that you exclude will be listed here. Okay, list of the excluded sources. Okay, just in case lah kalau kita nak restore balik, you can tick any sources that you would like to restore, and then you click restore, and it will restore back to the mesh overview. Okay. Alright, any questions for the originality check? Ada soalan? Okay, if no questions, okay, we go to the, okay, if you enable the grammar checking, you can see the purple tab here. Okay, so this is for the grammar checking, so you can check for grammar lah. Okay, when you click, you can check grammar, mechanics. Kalau ada spelling error ke, okay, for example like this one, spelling error, because supposed to spell with TY, but this student spell with TI. So spelling error or any article error, so you can check. Okay. Right, and then for the downloads, okay, the gray button here, you can see two gray button. The first one is the download button, and the second one is the submission information button. Okay, submission information button. Okay, when you click, okay, so a window will pop up and show you the information for the submission details. Okay, when you click submission information button, okay, this window will pop up and show you the information. Student ID, class name, class ID, submission date time, submission count, how many times students resubmit paper to this assignment. Okay, all the details. Okay, all the submission details will be here. Okay, you click submission information, this window will pop up and show you. And then for the download, when you click download button, you can see three types of download. Okay, current view, digital receipt, and original submitted file. Okay, original submitted file, original file yang student submit kepada Turnitin lah. Okay, kalau student submit dalam Microsoft Word, PDF, PowerPoint, Excel, you can download the original file. Okay, like last time when I was a student, okay, I have to print out my assignment and submit the hard copy to the lecturer. But at the same time, lecturer requested the soft copy. So I have to email the soft copy, or I have to burn into the CD or save in the floppy disk and submit the soft copy to the lecturer. Okay, but with Turnitin, instructor, students, you can download the original file from the student. Okay, if students submit using Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, plain text, you can download. Okay, you don't have to request the soft copy from the student. Okay. And then the digital receipt. Okay, digital receipt is the submission information. Okay, but submission information in PDF format. Okay, so instructor and student can download the digital receipt. Okay, digital receipt is the information for the submission details. Okay, submission details in PDF format. Okay, so this is sample of the digital receipt. Okay, so you can see all the submission details in PDF format. Okay. All right, and then the last one, when you click download current view. Okay, so download current view is for Turnitin report. Okay, so instructor and students can download Turnitin report in PDF format. So you can click download current view. So this is for Turnitin report.
I have question.
Mm-hmm.
So can you actually download when you as an instructor, you will actually have multiple document with each with the similarity level kind for each of the submission, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Is there a way that you can actually download the similarity report for all the assignments in one PDF?
You mean from all the student submission, student report?
Right. So just now you're showing one by one, right?
Yes. You can only download one by one.
Oh, okay. One by one
Yeah.
only. You
Yes.
cannot download for all the classes.
Cannot.
All right.
Okay. So this is the sample of the Turnitin report. Okay. You can see the assignment title, the student's name, submission details. Okay. So the submission details is very important because sometimes also got students manipulate the report. Okay. Be careful. And then when you scroll down, you can see all the similarities. Okay. If they have any grammar checking, you can see. And then you scroll down, you can see the matching sources. Okay. And then the grammar checking. So instructor, student can download and print the whole report, okay, in PDF format. Okay, any questions? Ladies, gentlemen, ada soalan? Okay, if no question, we go to the student part. Okay. How student register Turnitin account? Okay, how student register Turnitin account as a student? Okay, how students enroll in the class? Okay, enroll in your class. How students submit paper? Okay. Right, so this is the training guides for the students. Okay, there are 4 easy steps, very simple. Okay, I will share this training guide. Okay, I will share the training guide for instructor and students to Encik Fahmi or Puan Hayati to forward to all of you. Okay, so for students account, if students don't have Turnitin account as a students under UMK, if students are new to Turnitin, new users, okay, new to Turnitin, okay, and students have not been added to the account by you as instructor, okay, you must, students must create the student's profile. Okay, so in order for students to create their own student account, class ID and enrollment key are required. Okay, so you have to provide your students with the class ID and enrollment key. Okay, without class ID, without enrollment key, students cannot register, students cannot enroll under your class. Okay, so the class ID and class enrollment key is needed to ensure students have authorization to join your class. Okay, and this information can only be obtained from you, okay, as instructor. Okay, so students have to get the details from the instructor, from you, or maybe you can during the class you can distribute the information to the students. Okay, so once students got the class details, the class ID, class enrollment key, and then the training guides for students, okay, what students can do, same thing, they open the internet browser, go to the www.turnitin.com, the Turnitin website, okay, and click on the create account link next to the login button. Okay, click on the create account link, and then students can see create a user profile page. They can see 3 types of user profile: student, teaching assistant, and instructor. Okay, for students account, they have to click on the student link. Okay, click on the student link. So the create a new student's profile form must be completed. Okay, to create a new student user account, they can see create a new student's profile. They can see the class ID information. Okay, make sure you provide your students with the correct class ID and class enrollment key. So as mentioned, without any of this, students cannot register. Students cannot enroll. So students cannot submit paper to Turnitin. Okay. All right. And then next, the user information. Okay. So enter the first name, last name, and a valid email address to use as the login. Okay. Login for Turnitin. Okay. First name, last name, and then a valid email address to use as the login. Okay, and then confirm email address. Okay, and confirm email address. Okay, all right, and then next, password and security. Create a user password. Okay, so the user password must be between 8 to 12 characters long and contain at least one letter and one number. Okay, minimum 8 characters, maximum 12 characters. Okay, at least got one letter and one number. Okay, and then re-enter the password to confirm it. And then next, the secret question. Okay, so the purpose of secret question, if students forgotten the password and then they would like to reset, they have to answer the secret question. Okay, so you can select a secret questions from the drop down menu here. Okay, and then enter the answer for the question. Okay, enter the answer for the questions. Just remember and keep the information. The answer is case and space sensitive. Okay, the answer is case and space sensitive. Okay, all right. And then next, the user agreement. Okay, so they can see the Turnitin end user license agreement. Okay, so students can review the agreement if they have time, and then tick I'm not a robot. Okay, and then to continue using Turnitin, click on I agree, create profile. Okay, so once your students registered, okay, for new users, once they registered, this page they will see, they can see the institution name, University of Malaysia Kelantan. They can see the class ID, class name, and instructor name. Okay, and then at the top here, they can see the black bar. Students can see their name will be appear here. And then here student, so this is student account. Okay, as mentioned, students can become instructor, instructor can become students. Please do not share your instructor access to the students. Okay, all right. Okay, so how about the students? The existing students, for those students who already have Turnitin account under UMK, but at the same time, students would like to enroll in another lecturer classes. Okay, for example, like this student Haris Iskandar already have Turnitin account as students under UMK. He enrolled in my class, but at the same time, he would like to enroll in Encik Pahami class. So what he can do? Okay, because he already got an account. Okay, so students don't have to create account anymore. What students can do? First, Cik Pahami have to provide the details. Okay, the class ID and enrollment key, or students have to get the class detail from Cik Pahami. Okay, so once students get the details or lecturer provide the details to the students, they just log in. Okay, if they cannot log in, if they've forgotten the password, just reset the password first and then log in. Okay, once they log in, just click on the second tab here, enroll in the class. Okay, enroll in the class, and then just enter the class ID and enrollment key provided by Encik Pahami, and then click submit. That's it. Okay, so once students enroll, they can see the class ID, class name, and Encik Pahami name. Okay, all right. So once students registered, once students enroll in the class, okay, in order for students to submit paper, they have to click on the class name. Okay, so just click on the class name here. And then they can see the class homepage, the assignment inbox. Okay, the assignment title, assignment 1. Okay, and then the info, when the students point to the info here, they can see the instructions. Okay, instruction given to the students. Students can see start date, due date, and post date. For students account, students will have submit or resubmit button only. Okay, depends on the assignment setting from the instructor. Okay, so in order for students to submit paper, just click on submit button here. So instructor and student can submit paper either by cut and paste upload or by single file upload. If cut and paste upload, okay, enter the submission title, cut the content, paste it here, and then click upload. Okay, for single file upload, okay, enter the submission title. Requirements for single file upload, the file must be less than 100 MB or less than 800 pages. Okay, size file kena kurang daripada 100 MB ataupun bilangan muka surat kena kurang daripada 800 muka surat. And the file types allow Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, PDF, HTML, plain text, as long as it is text document, editable documents. Okay, macam saya kata tadi, kalau student scan the hard copy, become image file. Even though in PDF, when they submit, students Turnitin cannot detect for similarity. Okay, same thing with the screenshot text. And then PDF protected with password, also Turnitin cannot detect for similarity. Okay, kalau students they guna Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, they save as PDF, that one Turnitin can detect. Okay. And then instructor or students can choose the file either from this computer, Dropbox, or Google Drive. For example, I choose from this computer. Okay. And then choose the file and then you click upload. Okay. So once the paper uploaded, okay, instructor and students can review the paper here. And then on the left, you can see the details. The author name, assignment title, submission title, file name, size, page count, word count, character count. Okay. So once confirm to submit this paper, okay, just click on confirm button here. So when the submission is completed, you can see the submission date here, date and time, and the submission ID. Submission ID is the paper ID. So the digital receipt, okay, digital receipt will send to the email to keep track the paper ID. Okay, and then instructor or students can click return to assignment list. Okay, depending on the assignment setting from the instructor, if you allow students to do resubmission, students can see resubmit button. And if you allow students to see the report, they can see the similarity index here. Okay, so if you allow students to see the report, students can click here to open the report. Okay, students can click to open the report. Okay, so instructor and students will have the same view, but students don't have exclude button. Okay, students don't have exclude button. Okay, if they have, they will exclude everything to reduce the percentage. So if students have access to the instructor account, they can manipulate their paper by themselves. Okay, so as a lecturer, please do not share your instructor account to your student. Okay, lecturer will have Turnitin account as instructor, students will have Turnitin account as a student. Okay, so as instructor, you just create class, create assignment. You provide your students with the class details, class ID, enrollment key. Let students enroll under your class and let students submit their paper by themselves. Okay, you as instructor, you just monitor your students' report from your instructor account. Okay, all right. Ada soalan? Any questions, ladies, gentlemen? Tak ada soalan? Okay, satu lagi saya nak kongsi dengan semua berkaitan dengan dan ini especially untuk postgrad lah, postgrad, master student, PhD students, because got some students, some postgrad students, okay, they have friends in other institution. Okay, dia ada kawan-kawan lecturer, okay, dekat universiti lain. Okay, kadang-kadang ada setengah postgrad students ni, dia minta kawan dia tolong checkkan paper dia. Tolong check je I punya thesis ni, I nak check untuk Turnitin. Okay. Sebab postgrad ni biasanya dia suka untuk dia nak check dulu dia punya thesis sebelum dia nak submit kepada supervisor. Okay. So ada yang guna yang minta tolong kawan-kawan yang ada account, okay, instructor, lecturer daripada institusi lain. Dan ada juga yang kalau perasan if you aware dekat online platform, okay, online platform ada seller yang jual servis servis Turnitin. Online platform macam Shopee, Lazada, Facebook, okay, banyak seller yang jual servis untuk Turnitin. Okay, contoh RM5 untuk 100 muka surat, okay, RM20 untuk satu account student untuk 30 hari. Ataupun you can email me your soft copy of your assignment. Okay, I will check for Turnitin and provide you the report within 3 days or 5 days. Okay, so please do not encourage students to purchase any services available in online platform Shopee, Lazada, Facebook. Okay, sebab yang semua ni adalah illegal. Yang ni semua illegal. Sebab illegal. Sebab kalau ada apa-apa isu yang jadi, contoh bila dia dah check, bila dia submit kat supervisor, similarity jadi tinggi sebab match dengan yang dia beli kat Shopee. So institution tak boleh bertanggungjawab, supervisor tak akan bertanggungjawab, admin pun tak boleh nak tolong. Sebab student dia tak submit paper dia dekat institution, dia submit guna account Shopee. Account Shopee tu pun dia guna institution lain. So students have to contact back the seller or students have to contact the admin for that particular institution. Okay, sebab student pun tak boleh simply request untuk permanent deletion. Okay, dia kena request through instructor. Okay, let's say kalau macam ada admin terima request daripada student, bukan student institution dia tak mudah untuk kita. Contoh sebagai saya admin, saya terima request daripada student universiti lain, request nak delete permanently daripada saya punya institution. So saya tak simply nak delete. Sebab kita tak tahu, mungkin yang match tu memang student daripada institusi saya. Dia yang nak tiru. Dia ada banyak kemungkinan. Okay. Sometimes ada juga seller yang dia mention dekat description, okay, dia letak setting no repository. Yes. Memang seller letak setting no repository. Okay, dah nama pun seller, dia pun memang cari duit, dia buat duit. Okay, selain daripada servis Turnitin yang dia provide, dia mungkin akan provide servis untuk jual paper. Okay, mungkin dia akan jual students punya paper dekat students lain. Okay, walaupun dia set no repository, bila dia submit, kenapa ada similarity juga? Rupanya paper dia tu dia dah jual dekat student lain. Student lain dah tiru dah paper dia. Okay, so please be careful. Do not encourage students to purchase any services available on the online platform. Okay, sebab untuk students punya account, students will have unlimited submission. Yes, students will have unlimited submission. So students don't have to purchase the account to check because students will have unlimited submission. Okay, all right. Any questions, ladies, gentlemen?
I have a question about the quill board that your cursor was on it just now. Yeah, that quill board tu kan, it really helps the student to paraphrase article really well, that when they do the Turnitin plagiarism checker tu, so it will detect no similarity. But when we actually read the sentence, we know that this is not from the students. It turned out that they use the quill board. So have you ever tried to see the quill board cases in the Turnitin platform?
Not yet. Maybe I can try. Yeah, I can try. And I can check with the technical team about this.
That would be great. Sebab memang dah ada cases that student actually use the quill board. They paraphrase article. So we know that the whole idea is not from the student.
Yeah.
But we know the level of the students lah. They
Yes,
cannot.
understand. Yes, understand.
Yeah. So you have your human punya feel to that paper kan. So
Yes.
it turned out that they use the quill board to do the paraphrasing.
Okay, let me check with the technical team, or maybe I can try and then I will feedback to Encik Fahmi or Puan Hayati.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Ataupun you boleh contact I.
Okay, can. I will share my contact details later lah.
All right, great. I'll get back to you lah once you have a feedback.
Yeah. Okay, any other question, ladies, gentlemen? Okay, if no question, okay, last but not least, okay, in your account, right, you can see the black bar and then you can see the help button here on the black bar. When you click the help button, okay, and then you click on Turnitin website, okay, because we use Turnitin through website. So all the guides and resources for the Turnitin administrator, instructor, and students will be here, okay. So you can play around with it. If you have any problems, any issues on Turnitin, you can refer to the help center, or you can contact your Turnitin admin Encik Fahmi from library, or you can contact me directly. I will share my contact details later. Okay. All right. Any questions, ladies, gentlemen? Okay, if no questions before we end our session, I need your help to fill out the feedback form here. Okay, so you can scan the QR code or you can click on the link. I will share the link on the chat window. Okay, so please help me to fill out the feedback form, okay, for me to improve my training session in the future. Okay, if you have any ideas, any suggestions, feel free to drop the ideas, suggestions. Okay, you can scan the QR code here or you can click the link on the chat window. Okay, and this is my contact details. Okay, my contact details. So if you have any problems, any issues on Turnitin, you can refer to the help center. You can contact your Turnitin admin, or you can contact me directly. Okay. Right. Any questions, ladies, gentlemen? Okay, if no questions, thank you so much for your kind attention. Have a good day. Happy using Turnitin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I will share the recorded sessions to Encik Fahmi dan Puan Hayati to forward to all of you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Cik Mazlan.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you, Cik Mazlan.
Right, thank you everyone.